Hey, how you doing? This is Jonathan Smith, President of the New York Metro Area Postal Union. And to my left, I have Executive Vice President Tiffany Foster. And to my right, I have Director of Organization Kevin Walsh. And today we're going to talk to you about New York District clerk staffing changes. Yes, we're angry, we're very upset, and we know that you have received letters lately. So Tiffany is going to talk to you about what has happened and how we got to this point. And Kevin is going to talk to you about what we need you to do to help us. And at the end of this video, I'm going to come back and I will assure you that I will give you a message that we will win. At this time, let me turn it over to Executive Vice President Tiffany Foster.
Hi, everybody. New York District Management notified this union on July 25th, August 4th, August 10th of 2017 of their intentions to change the staffing in many of the Bronx and Manhattan stations, 41 stations to be exact. On the dates that management notified us, they wanted to meet with us within 5 days of notification. That's impossible, that's unreasonable of a request to think that the union would be prepared to meet with management when they gave us no support and documentation of why these changes were operationally necessary, and we weren't able to come out to the stations and speak to you all personally and find out what is going on in your buildings that management is wanting to make these kind of changes. So on August 8th of 2017, the union sent management of New York District an email of dates that we were available to meet. September 7th, September 8th, September 11th, September 14th of this year, that we were available to meet with them. And we also advised them of their contractual obligation to not only notify us, but that they had to meet with us and they had to afford us an opportunity to provide input. Management never responded to any of our emails of dates that we were available to meet. Why? Because they had already made the decision that they were going forward with these staffing changes, and they had a date in mind that they wanted to implement these moves. August 19th, tomorrow. Tomorrow is the date that many of you, that is stated in the letters that many of you have received. Management yesterday, August 18th, August 18th of 2017, management sent us an email now wanting to meet. When they refused to meet with us, and I say refused because they never responded to our emails of the dates and confirming any of the 4 dates that we gave them. They never responded. But because the union sent an email on August 8th, 2017, letting them know that if they did go forward with these changes, we were prepared to file grievances for every employee that is affected and request out of schedule premium, and not only out of schedule premium, but that they be returned back to their original bid assignment. And we were going to file labor board charges because they violated Article 5, which requires them to meet with us anytime they want to make changes that affect the hours, wages, and working conditions of the employee. Article 5 in the contract prohibits management from taking any unilateral action that affects the bargaining unit, wages, hours, and working conditions. New York District Management took a position that they did not care about our contract. They just threw it out the window and were going forward with the changes that they wanted to make. The union has already initiated labor board charges regarding this action, and we've already requested a step 1 designee from management from the Bronx and the Manhattan installation, and I personally will be filing these grievances for the Bronx and Manhattan installation regarding these violations. Now, we've also been told that management in the station, the managers in the stations are telling the members, the employees, the bargaining unit, that the union has agreed to this. There is nothing for the union to agree to. Most of the changes that management try to make to your duty assignments are never warranted, most times. There is nothing for us to agree to. How do you agree to something if you never even had a discussion?
There you go.
We never met with management, as I said earlier. So In light of that, and management being reminded of what the union's intentions are as far as filing the grievances and our remedies, they sent, management in New York District sent the union an email yesterday, August 18, 2017, after 2 p.m. requesting to meet with us today. How is that possible? How is it reasonable? And said they wanted to meet with us prior to the implementation of these changes. The changes take effect tomorrow, August 19, 2017. Now, do they really want input from us? I don't think so. I think they're just trying to cover their tracks because they know that the grievances that will be filed is going to harm them financially. So with that said, there's a lot that we need y'all to help us with. The grievances will be filed. They do not happen overnight. It will take some time for the grievances to be resolved. We ask that y'all work with us, and we ask that y'all be patient with us in this trying time. John?
Now, at this time, we're going to bring the Director of Organization forward to tell you what we need you to do to help us help you.
Hi, y'all. Thank you, John. You've heard Tiffany talk about what we as an administration and a union are going to do to address these staffing proposals that really make no sense at all. We are a union, and the U is for us, and we are all in this together. We need you to do your part. And your part consists of, in many stations that I go to personally, I see management doing our work. Working the MPOS in the lobby, scanning mail. I see reg cages either unmanned or manned by a clerk, a carrier. That is a clerk position. Okay, the APW represented craft employees should be in that reg cage. Nobody else. These are things that when you see happening in your stations, we need statements. Statements outlining the exact date and time, who was doing the work, what kind of work they were doing, and how long they were doing it. You need to provide that information to either your shop steward or this union. Very important, because this is happening everywhere, and the work that they do doesn't show up on the reports that we get credit for. And that's all that management on the top is looking at. They're looking at a computer and numbers on paper. That's all they're looking at. That's all they're concerned about. They don't come to the actual stations to see what actually is going on. Also, what you need to do, well, we would like you to do, and you should be doing, is be on the correct operation at all times. You ought to move your disc. That is your responsibility. So when you move from one operation to another, you need to put your disc on that operation. That is extremely important for us to get credit for the work that you're doing. Okay, if you move to an operation and you don't move your disc, it appears as if you're still on that original operation, and the work that you're actually doing at that time will not show up. Okay? Window clerks, non-revenue transactions. When you're idle or assisting a customer where you're not going to use the RSS or the POS machine, hit the non-revenue transaction. I know there are times where you're helping a customer and it shows up as a lag time, but keep hitting that non-revenue so it shows up as work. Okay, that's extremely important. These are things that we need you to do. Many stations have these violations. Carriers doing our work, mail handlers doing our work. These are violations to Article 7, and management doing our work is violation of Article 1.6. Please, even in stations where you do have a shop steward, when they can't be everywhere all the time, it's important that when you see this done, you notify them and you give them statements. Extremely, extremely important. That's the only way that we can address these issues. And I thank you very much, and I'll turn it over to John now. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Kevin. They are some of the hardest working officers that I have ever had the opportunity to work with. And I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart that we should be grateful to have these individuals fighting on our behalf. But we cannot do it alone because one message that we always send to management, they might not outnumber us, but they will never outfight us. You know, and their strategy is divide and conquer. We must stick together. I'm telling you, this situation will only get worse before it gets better. No misunderstanding. But if we stick together, they cannot defeat us. So
We need your statements if management
We-
is telling you that the
Help us
union
help
agreed
you.
to it. We need your statements. I forgot to say that.
we are 100% dedicated to this battle. We are 100% dedicated to this war. But we need your help. If we stick together, no one can stop us. We thank you for this opportunity for addressing you, and we'll see you on the battlefield. God bless and peace.